we're going to be starting our before and after photos with the Metro K line. So we're going to be starting at Aviation LAX station and making our way up to Expo Crenshaw station. So our first crossing is huge. As you guys can tell in the photo, we have two tracks. The bridge was not even there, but let's take a closer look at the crossing. If we look at the other direction, we can see that the bridge was not there and that there's also two tracks. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As you guys can tell, the bridge is now there for the Metro C and K lines. And everything is also gone. All the bells, the tracks, everything is gone. Okay, so the next station on the system is Aviation Century Station. So there used to actually be a bridge for the freight trains. So nothing here has really changed. It's just we have more trees and more dirt. But if we go back to the same exact location today, you can see that the bridge is still there and Metro just added their Metro stuff like the signs, the head signs, plants, and other things. So before LAX Metro Transit Center was even built, it used to look just like this back in the day. There's more parking lots on the right and left hand side. That brown parking structure in the very far back is still there today. Next time, let me see if I can add a photo in there and show you guys. So let's turn the camera all the way around and see the other direction. So as you guys can tell, the property is a little bit smaller. We have one track and a parking lot on the right hand side. But if we go back to the same exact location, you can tell that the property has grown a lot bigger. We have the new LAX Metro Transit Center, and we also have the new Metro Division yard on the right hand side. And then the other side looks a little bit different too. The property is more bigger and we have three tracks and the parking lot is still there. So it's really cool to see that. Okay, so our next station is Westchester Veteran Station on Florence and Hendry. So, wow, it looks a little bit different. That parking lot on the right-hand side is more closer, and where that crossing is the ramp to go up towards the station. Wow. So if we look at the other direction, we can see that the bridge is not even there to go over the 405 freeway. The crossing's not there no more. Wow, it looks a lot different. So if we go back today, you can see that everything is gone. We have Westchester Veteran Station there, and that tree disappeared. And if we look at the other side, we can see that the bridge to go over the 405 freeway is now there, and it just looks different. So our next crossing is Cedar and Florence. Nothing here has really changed, but there is more to it today than there is back in the day. So we have that one single track. We have some dirt on the left-hand side where that truck is parked. But if we go back to the same exact location, we have two train tracks and that parking lot is still there today. That's crazy. So this crossing is La Brea and Florence. And it looks so different because now there's a bridge here. And back in the day, it used to be an actual crossing. There was no bridge, none of that stuff. So it looks super different. If we go back to the same location, we can see that there's a bridge here and the crossing just disappeared. It's so crazy how things can change over time. Wow. But now there's a bridge here now, so it looks different today. So this crossing here is Centinela and Florence. Nothing here has really changed over the years besides that one track and these old crossings. But we can see the park on the left-hand side. We have Inglewood Cemetery on the right-hand side. If we turn the camera all the way around, we can see that it's just a single track. And there's actually a bus stop there in the corner now too for the 111. There's a bus stop there now. There's more grass today if you go back to the same exact location. So here is how it looks today. Like I said, nothing has really changed, but there's more palm trees. The park is still there. It just looks more updated. And we also have new crossings that Metro put in for the new Metro K line. So nothing here has really changed, but it's so cool to see it. Okay, so here's a photo of a freight train running through Fairview Heights Station. This was actually one of the last freight trains to ever run on this railroad. Okay, so now we're gonna move on a little bit more faster. So this next station is Fairview Heights Station. So way back before the K line was even built, we can see that it looks a little bit different. So where that crossing is now the street light. If we go looking the other direction, we can see that where that crossing is now the ramp to the new Metro K line, and we can see that the parking lot is more closer. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As you guys can tell, the tracks have been removed, and now we have 2 train tracks and the new Metro K line. We can also see the parking lot has moved a little bit more further up towards Fairview Heights Avenue. Okay, so our next and most famous crossing that everybody seems to remember is Crenshaw. So this is how it used to look way before the tunnel was even built for the new Metro K line. As we can tell in the photos, we can see 2 train tracks. One track on the right and the main line towards the middle. This is going up towards Slauson Street. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As we can tell in the photo, the tunnel has been built, and we also have a bus stop that serves line 210 from Hollywood to Redondo Beach Transit Center. So it looks a little bit different today than it did back then. Okay, I need to make this very clear to you guys. The Metro K line does not fully take the Harbor Subdivision route. I want you guys to look at the blue arrow. The blue arrow is saying that the Metro K line is now turning left on Crenshaw Boulevard. Okay, now look at the red arrow. The red arrow is the abandoned Harbor Subdivision Railroad that is going to continue going up towards Slauson. We are not going to go up. Okay, so I went back to the famous Crenshaw crossing, and I was actually lucky to find these train tracks. These train tracks might not be here today because of the bike path. So here's a photo that I found online of a train running in the same exact location. Somebody was waiting at the Crenshaw crossing and they caught a train. Okay, so our next station is Hyde Park Station on Slauson Avenue. And my goodness, it looks a lot different today than it did back then. Okay, so we have a KFC restaurant on the right-hand side. We have a bigger street. We also have more trees. And I believe a different gas station on the left-hand side. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As you guys can tell, we have less trees. We have Hyde Park Station for the K line. And the KFC on the right-hand side, I believe is not there today. And a different gas station on the left-hand side. So it looks a little bit different today. Okay, so our next station is Leimert Park Station, one of my favorite stations out of the entire system. Oh my goodness. So, wow. So way back in the day, it used to be a warehouse shoe store in the parking lot right behind the business. And a nice sidewalk also. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As you guys can tell, it is now Leimert Park Station for the new Metro K line. And we also, our parking lot has disappeared also. And now we have a bus stop too for the 210. The 210 runs from Redondo Beach Transit Center to Hollywood. So our next station is Martin Luther King Jr. Station. And wow, you can see you can tell this is a little bit old because of that rapid sign. So back in the day, Metro used to have rapid buses, but we don't really have them no more. We have 3 existing rapid lines. And also you can see that there's a little shopping center in the background. So it's really old. So let's go back to the same exact location today. As you guys can tell, we have the new K-Line station. The shopping center is not there. I don't believe it is. From those trees, maybe it's hiding. And that building actually survived and it's still there. That's amazing to like see. The building is still there. Metro didn't touch it. So our next and final stop is Expo Crenshaw Station. And oh my goodness, this is crazy. It looks so different. Okay, so I believe that's a burger restaurant. It says Chili's Factory. So that's a burger restaurant. So where that restaurant is now the entrance to the Metro K line. Look to my left-hand side. The Expo line is not there. But if we go back to the same exact location, we can see that the Expo line is there. More palm trees. We also have the K line and also the parking lot to the left-hand side. So I'm going to go all the way back to when there was no Expo line. So this is going to be crazy to see. Oh no, I have to go back a little further than that. So this right here is a photo of when they were starting construction. So we want to go all the way back before this has even started. I'm pretty sure it's going to look a lot different than it did before. This is crazy. Wow, that burger restaurant's still there. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so there used to be another railroad. It's called the Santa Monica Airline Railroad, but I'm gonna explain that to you a little bit later. But wow, you can see the old crossing, more dirt and trees. This is how Expo Crenshaw used to look way back in the day. Oh my gosh, they still have the old crossing there. So there used to be an actual crossing here. There was no street signals. The trains didn't have to wait. They flew by here at 50 miles an hour from what I understand. But Metro didn't do that. We have to wait for our street signals now. If we turn the camera all the way around, we can see the same exact thing. We can see abandoned train tracks. We can also see an abandoned crossing and more trees. So our next video is going to be about the Metro Expo line. So give me some time here because I do have other videos to post. But please stay until the end of the video because I'm going to be showing you guys some harbor subdivision photos that I found online. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. This was taken a little bit past the 110 freeway because in the background I can see the freeway if you look very closely. Oh my goodness. This was taken at Slauson Street, Slauson Station where the blue line is. This is where the Harbor Subdivision crosses the Wilmington Subdivision, which is Union Pacific. It's so different now because it's a bike path and the Harbor Subdivision is no longer there. Wow, look at this. For the person who took these photos, the credit goes to you. Thank you so much for taking these photos because now I'm going to be sharing these photos with other people. So this is amazing. This was taken a little bit past Slauson Station, I think on Central? I'm not sure. This was taken on Alameda and Slauson. I can tell because of that crossing against the pole. Alameda was a huge crossing. And then this was taken at LAX near the runway. Wow, this right here is a good photo. I like it. Nice clip. I almost forgot to tell you guys this. There used to be a second railroad that connected to the Harbor Subdivision, and it went from Inglewood to Santa Monica. So I'm going to be telling you guys a little bit more about this railroad. Inglewood Branch Railroad. So let's take a look at this together, okay? So this right here is the Santa Monica Airline Railroad. This is now the Metro Expo line. This right here is the Harbor Subdivision, which is now the Metro K line. But let's take a look at this. This is some pretty cool information. Oh wow. Sepulveda and Centinela intersection facing southeast. This is a year after most track was removed. These are now gone. Mike Palmer is the one who took the photo in 1978. Okay. Lincoln Boulevard, Marina del Rey facing northwest. Compare with photo number 4 by Mike Palmer, 1978. So I can, just by looking at this, I can kind of see a train coming through here. Oh, here's the most important one. This view faces west at Ivy Street in Inglewood and shows the start of the Inglewood Branch Railroad. The track heading off to the left is the Harbor Subdivision. And yes, it was BNSF, Railway and Santa Fe. Okay, right. So 2002 was the very last train to ever run down the Alameda Corridor and the Harbor Subdivision. So this right here is still here. So this is Lincoln Boulevard at Marina del Rey facing northwest, 2003. This is the bridge over the Bologna Creek. 1980s. Okay. Oh wow, what is this? Yeah, anybody coming to this location, like I can't even tell if a train went through here or not, so this is really hard to look at. But yeah, no one's gonna be able to tell if a train came through here. But let's look at the maps. That was taken in Inglewood. This was taken by the freeway. Wow. So everything here is mostly gone, so don't go looking for it. So yeah. Stay tuned for a little bit because I'm going to show you these intersections before and after photos, okay? So stay for a little bit. So the address here is 4502 Lincoln Boulevard, Marina del Rey, California. As you guys can tell, the tracks are still here. This is amazing. Wow, look at this. And you can see where the tracks used to go. So yeah, it's still here today. This is pretty awesome. So we're going to move on to the next intersection. Sepulveda and Centinela. Yeah, all of it is gone. I know it's really hard to make up and tell, but okay, so the train used to go through here and run along this street. It will continue going up and go this way. It's really hard to tell because they took off everything. So it went from here and went straight and then went against that wall, continued and continued and kept going. But now it's bushes. It looks so different, and I know it's really hard to picture that in your head, but it's gone. Nothing's really here no more. Yeah, it looks super different. Okay, so everything here is mostly gone. So now you have it right here. Address Sepulveda Boulevard and West Centinela Avenue. Next intersection, if we can find one. There was no more crossings to this railroad, but I will come back to it later on because I think the next video I'm going to be doing is before and after photos of the Metro Expo line. Or we can do another one. It's up to you guys. Comment down below. But that's going to be it for today's video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you for going Metro. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.